Okay, so I told you guys that I wasn't going to make videos about haters anymore, and I haven't been making them. But a lot of things have been tempting me way too much, and I won't deny it. This is fucking fun. And I really miss doing this. Mike, did you miss me? 'Cause boy, did I miss you, and he made part 4 to In Blind Sight. I am so excited to respond to this video. There's a number of responses I wanted to make, like the kind of comments that his idiotic fans make on his idiotic posts when they try and appear smart, and my god, if you have any iota of brain cells, you'd laugh at the kind of comments they make. It's very entertaining. I was going to make a video about them. I also wanted to make a video about a Twitter page called Real MJ Facts and how this guy doesn't talk about facts at all. And I might make a video about him. He's probably just as funny, if not funnier, than the people who comment on Mike's videos. I also wanted to make a response to Mike regarding a video he made directed towards me, and a couple posts he made directed towards me, just because, again, they're funny and I like proving people wrong. It's one of my hobbies. But anyway, maybe I'll touch on some of that during this video, but the video is about responding to In Blind Sight, so let us do exactly that. Anyway, Mike, I miss you, baby. I'm fucking kidding, I hate you. Alright, let's continue.
Hello.
Hello!
This is Mike. I am the admin for a Facebook page, facebook.com/Wade Rock Supporters. This is a particular series I've been doing called In Plain Sight, the MJ Files.
And it's only part 4, and you started this shit in August, dude. Man, is it really that hard for you to create fake lies? Anyway.
This is the 4th installment of this particular series.
Good God.
And what I try to do in the series is show my opinion.
And show my opinion that I try and pull off as fact. Also in this, I try to create as many lies as I possibly can, fabricate as many stories and facts as I can, to try and pull in as many people as I can. I'm Mike Parr, enjoy my bullshit.
Why I believe that Michael Jackson may have sexually abused children.
Why I believe that Michael Jackson may have. My god, you contradictor.
Again, I want to stress this is my opinion.
Well, then if it's your opinion, stop passing it off as a fact!
In peace. I mean, obviously there might be different views on my opinion, and that's something that, you know, I would...
Something you need to start to learn, that other people have opinions. Unfortunately, everything that contradicts what you say is actually a fact, because, I mean, your opinion is so far down the shithole, the only thing a person can say in retraction is a fact. Anything that would be opinion is more intelligent than anything you have to say. I'm sorry, Mike. But yes, you do need to learn that other people have opinions, and you can't seem to handle that. Although, again, you have changed a lot of things on your page, courtesy of me. I know you'll deny, like in the recent video about me, you denied that you do in fact do things on your page and talk a certain way on your page because of me. But the fact of the matter is, you did. Ever since I made 3 videos with screenshots regarding things you said and posted, and the second you saw that I posted those things, you removed the things I spoke about, is direct reflection of, oh fuck, Matt's watching me and is smarter than me, I better change these things, which means that you did change things because of me. I changed you can deny that all you want, but again, the screenshots and past videos prove that. Play.
Tonight we're going to be looking at something that's very straightforward. I'm asking people to look at the hard numbers. And I stress that because what I'm going to be talking about tonight is the incidence of false allegations. And I've done some research on this, and what I'm finding time after time...
You did research? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm excited.
Time after time is the incidence of false allegations is very, very rare, especially when it comes to male victims. Male victims in general do not want to have a stigma, especially if it's done by another male, of being sexually abused as a child.
Mike, you seem to be forgetting something, my boy. 99% of sexual abuse allegations are true. This is true. But, Mr. Master of Distortion, it's 99% of allegations made by the children. Evan Chandler is the one who made the allegation. Janet Arvizo is the one who made the allegation and forced Gavin to do it. And Wade Robson is saying this as an adult. All three of them were done by adults, not children. So, your logic has just been destroyed, but I mean, it'd be kind of dumb if I ended the video now, I suppose.
If these particular victims are heterosexual male, especially because they don't want to be sort of labeled homosexual. So a lot of times, especially when it comes to allegations, it's actually underreported, especially by males, male-on-male sort of incidents, because of the fact that they don't want that stigma.
If it's underreported, then where the hell are the statistics coming from?
A stigma of these allegations. You might not be able to see this, but I will leave a link up for this. It talks about false allegations. This particular article, and there's other articles I've looked at and other sort of bits of research. And it says, false allegations of child sexual abuse by children are rare.
Correct.
This particular article even goes further. It says, in only 1% of total cases were children judged to have advanced a fictitious allegation. Children in general aren't going to make these things up. I mean, does it happen? Certainly. Do parents sort of coach?
Yes, and that's why if Janet Arvizo wasn't involved, if Evan Chandler wasn't involved, and if Wade Robson was younger, these allegations wouldn't have happened because they would have been telling the truth.
To children into lying, that can definitely happen. But usually those cases...
And it did 3 times.
...are involved in custody cases. I actually looked at other research where it says when the allegations is actually presented first by an adult, it bumps up to 4% of being false, but again, that's usually custody battles and things like that. In the situation we're talking about, Michael Jackson.
Custody battles involves divorce. What the hell are you talking about? It has nothing to do with molestation. The fact of the matter is these children were coached by Evan Chandler and Janet Arvizo, and Wade Robson is an adult now. 3 adults. Not as children or children themselves. Get over it. Your logic has already been destroyed, quite frankly, by yourself.
There was no custody battle involved. So even if we look at the high side being 4%, that means that 96% of all allegations are true. And
if children make them. I mean, for fuck's sakes, there's a voice recording. I mean, I know you guys don't believe Aphrodite Jones because she's telling a positive truth, but I mean, she heard the tapes herself, and there's, you know, the audio shows them going, don't worry, Gavin, tell us, and he's like, yeah, okay, tell you what.
And the person making the allegation is telling their story in a very truthful way. So how does this sort of relate to a Michael Jackson situation?
I wonder.
What I like about this particular statistic is it doesn't discriminate. When they're talking about 4% on the high side, 1% on the low side, it doesn't care who the accuser is, who the accused is. It just sort of focuses on allegations.
What? Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but did he not literally just say that it doesn't matter if the person has a history of fraud or any backstory whatsoever? In fact, Mike, I think you just owned yourself. You just said that the website is entirely based off of the allegations themselves and not any backstory, not family history, a history of fraud, you know, their money issues, etc. It's just, that's all it is. You know, if you're trying to make a point to prove fans wrong, that it's not about money and whatnot, then why in the hell would you say that the allegations are based off of just simply allegations and not the family's history and background and whatnot? I can't even talk.
And when you look at Michael Jackson, he was not accused once, he was not accused twice, he was not accused 3 times, he was accused 4 times by 4 different people at 4 different times. 2 of those occasions there was actually
93, 2003, 2013. I'm not saying there's any relevance, but the fact that it comes 10 years apart on the 3rd year is really interesting. Good God.
A settlement involved, one with Jordan Chandler, which was people have estimated up in the $25 million range, and one with Jason, I believe his last name is pronounced Francia, which is in roughly the $2 million range. When you factor in that information, the likelihood of Michael Jackson being innocent becomes almost next to 0. Because the chances of somebody being accused 4 times of this, when the incidence of false allegations are so low, and by 4 different people at 4 different times, and 2 of those resulted in a cash settlement, is rather telling.
Sorry, I'm going to make a very quick response to the real MJ Facts person on Twitter. He actually sent several tweets out, and he wrote it several times because I guess in his head it was actually a good point, even though it's fucking hilariously stupid. He straight up goes, "But if all the accused just want is money, then why didn't Janet Arvizo get money?" I'm just going to sit here and let that process for the smart people, because the dumb people are probably like, "Yeah, that's a good question." Okay, idiots, this is for the dumb people. The reason Janet Arvizo didn't get money is because Michael Jackson fought and won. So why the fuck would he need to pay? So basically, to this real MJ Facts person, regardless if the person was right or wrong, regardless if the person won the case or lost the case, regardless of if Michael fought or let it go, no matter what, if they didn't get money, they're telling the truth. Wow! That logic. Just makes my piss boil.
And a lot of people will say, well, Michael Jackson was set up, and this was all about money. But what I need to stress is, in the last, actually the 3rd allegation that came out, which was Gavin Arvizo, after the trial was over, he was courted by many people to file a civil claim and to sort of gain notoriety by doing interviews and whatnot. And all these, I'm sure, would have been very lucrative financially for him, but he has never accepted any of this.
Yes, well, that makes sense, Mike. Usually when people are caught when people are caught lying, like Gavin and his mother was, they usually want to go into hiding and not show themselves, because usually liars, know that people are going to hate them because people don't really like liars. Why do you think Tom Sneddon retired a year after the trial? Why do you think Martin Bashir went into hiding and apologized after Michael Jackson died? Why do you think Evan Chandler killed himself? Why do you think Jordan Chandler is basically in hiding? Why do you think Wade Robson is currently hiding? Don't give me some shit that, oh, they're all afraid of the evil Michael Jackson fans. You're an idiot. Okay? They've all been caught hiding in one way or another. They've all been proven liars in one way or another. And that is why they, in fact, are hiding and are not going on an interview to talk about it, because if they did, they would just be admitting what they did, kind of like Martin Bashir. How ironic that he's one of the only people to talk about it after Michael Jackson died, and yet it was an apology. Yes, you're right, it was an interview. It wasn't a molestation thing, but at the same time he wronged Michael Jackson. And I find it very ironic that he's the only person who spoke about it after Michael Jackson died, and what did he do? He apologized. If any of the rest of them have the balls to talk about it, they would be apologizing too, but unfortunately they don't.
And again, what I want to stress is, in a civil situation, the burden of proof is a lot less than it is in a criminal situation. I personally believe that if he went to civil court, he probably, almost like the OJ situation, he probably would have won a civil judgment, because there was so much information that was sort of derogatory against Michael Jackson.
Did you just liken Gavin Arvizo to O.J. Simpson?
And but even that being said, if you look at the pure statistics of it, the likelihood of Michael Jackson actually being innocent is next to none.
Next to 100%, because again, it wasn't the children that accused him. I'm sorry, Mike. The children did not accuse Michael, they accused him because the adults did it and Wade Robson did it as an adult, and therefore, you're wrong again.
And I give this argument for people that might be having to listen to the naysayers that say, well, Wade Robson is making this up and all these allegations were pure money. When you look at the statistics of this, there is, it becomes a lot more clearer. I don't fabricate statistics. I don't come up with these numbers. These numbers.
You fabricated the numbers on your fucking Facebook page, dude. And I know you're gonna go on about the proof you posted on your Facebook page that the 15,000 likes are in fact real. But again, I don't buy it, and I'll tell you why. Because regardless of how much proof you want to show me, regardless of how many likes you have on your page, for some reason the comments and likes per post that you post don't increase. And if you had more people, believe me, each person would be liking the posts you make. When you had 100 likes, there was about 2 to 3 people liking each post you make. Now that you have 15,000, there's still 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 per people liking per post you make. So you're telling me that 14,997 people just ignore your page but liked it anyway? Bull fucking shit. I mean, this is kind of like, now actually I do want to mention something else before I go on. I made a video very recently regarding proof that Wade Robson admitted he lied because somebody who worked with Wade claimed they spoke to Wade and Wade told them himself. And of course the proof that Wade went on Twitter saying he doesn't like Mike or his page. Mike went on Facebook and posted a conversation that he had with Wade himself, and Wade said, "Oh, I don't mind your page." Now, I have a couple comments to make. Number one, that was the same Wade Robson page. It doesn't exist if you search for it, that he made with that little Love and Aloha Wade that we believe that Mike wrote himself. I believe that Mike wrote both of them himself, but of course I can't prove it, which brings me to my next point. On the off chance that Mike is in fact telling the truth and both of those messages from Wade actually are from Wade, then that means that the Twitter thing of Wade saying he doesn't like Mike or his page was made up by fans. Now, fans have made up things before. For example, a long time ago an article was released that Jordan Chandler admitted that he lied. Apparently that was proven that a fan made that up. Guys, you make us look really bad when you fabricate things to make Michael look innocent. Michael's innocent as it is. You don't need to fabricate bullshit. The court documents speak for themselves. We don't need fake articles and fake messages from Wade and fake messages from Bashir or, Jordan Chandler or Gavin. We don't need things like that that fans just make up. The proof speaks for itself. When you make up things, you make us look bad. And then when I report on it, I look bad because I'm listening to you guys, I report on this stuff and I think about a lot of things myself, but also I get sent a lot of things as well. One of those things was that message supposedly from Wade on Twitter, which is being denied actually being him. Now, of course, it could be real and Mike could be bullshitting. Like I said, I believe that Mike wrote both of those messages, but at the same time, maybe he really didn't. But you know what? Who's to say? I don't know if Mike wrote those messages. I don't know if Wade wrote that other message. And I also don't know if this person who worked for Wade, the Spanish person, actually did talk to Wade, or if they're just saying they talked to Wade. I don't know what the truth is, but the fact of the matter is Wade's a proven liar, and we don't need people to be lying. So fans, please try and focus on just the facts, otherwise you're no better than this cunt. Moving on.
Numbers are coming up with different organizations that have nothing to do with me, and essentially the way they come up with these numbers is you look at what the allegations were for a given time period, how many of those kicked.
By the way, I deleted that video with the, talking about the Spanish person and the probability of Wade saying he doesn't like Mike's page just because there's not enough proof to back it up. I don't know if that guy actually worked for Wade and talked to him, and I also don't know if Wade really did in fact say he hates Mike. So regardless of the screenshots, I deleted the video just because it's not enough proof. I don't like to run my mouth like this person does. Oh, and Mike, why do you sound so mad in this video? Like right now you're talking angry. I mean, I know you're passive-aggressive because you're a nutcase, but I mean, fuck, man. And by the way, you are passive-aggressive, okay? You act all nice and calm whenever you talk to celebrities on Twitter, and as soon as they don't respond to you, you tell them to fuck off. Fuck you.
We're actually at.
Example, remember when you messaged Pierce Morgan to talk to Corey Feldman? You were all like, oh, you know, Pierce, you should really address the Michael issue with Corey. And then as soon as Pierce didn't, because he doesn't care to listen to your sorry ass, you called Pierce Morgan an asshole or something? You're a fucking nutcase, dude.
Accurate, and how many of those were actually falsehoods. They look at the numbers, they come up with the statistic, and that's how it's done. And that's something that, you know, even the hardest of the most the strongest of MJ supporters would be hard to sort of argue against. So I thank you for watching this particular segment of In Plain.
I would respond, but the last comment didn't make much sense. I'm sorry. At least to me it didn't.
Site, the MJ Files, there will be others to come. And I ask you to please go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Wade Robson Supporters. All you have to do is like and share the page.
Wade Robson Supporters.
And maybe leave a nice message of support. That's all we ask. And for those that want to become...
That's all we ask, because God forbid if you say your real opinion, I'll block you and kick you out and accuse you of harassment and report you to the FBI.
Involved, we encourage that more. To become involved and let your voice be heard, especially if you are a victim of child abuse. I found that this particular page has helped me tremendously. Wade's stories actually helped me tremendously. And
the page has helped you because it's gotten your word out. I don't believe for a microsecond that you truly care about victims. I think you care about yourself and your own ego, and the fact that you've had a couple celebrities respond to you, most of which told you to fuck off, but still they responded to you.
Asking other people to sort of join the fight for Wade. Again, thank you, and you have a very good day now. Bye-bye.
And I hope you have a horrible day, as usual. And I also wanted to end quickly, I'll just respond to the Talking Manatee video. Yes, for the people watching this, whenever Mike says the word Talking Manatee, he is referring to moi. I am the Talking Manatee. In a recent video, Mike stated that I don't know anything whenever I talk about psychology. I know nothing. My dance tutorials are crap, etc. I'm just a very stupid and uneducated person. I'm not going to retaliate and call him names. I mean, I do, but I mean, I'm not going to retaliate while talking about this video. Mainly because he has his opinion. If he thinks I'm dumb, he thinks I'm dumb. I mean, he has no proof of it. Why does he have no proof? Because if you watch the video he made about me, I'll even link it below, you will notice that he makes these claims like Matt knows nothing about psychology, Matt doesn't know anything in general, but he doesn't say how. You see, I go into detail about how this guy's a fucking idiot. When he talks ill of me, he literally just says, Matt's stupid. And that's it. He goes, Matt knows nothing about psychology, and that's it. See, an intelligent person would say, Matt knows nothing about psychology because, or his analysis is wrong because of this. You know, you gotta back yourself up, dude. You really gotta learn that. If you're gonna make a claim that I'm an idiot, you might want to describe why I'm an idiot. Or what did I say that was wrong? Or what psychology-related things did I say that's not actually psychology? You know, don't just call me stupid. Prove that I am. Kind of like what I've done with you about 9 fucking times. In the same video, he also talked about how he didn't hack Lisa Marie's account because he's too dumb to hack. I agree, Mike, you are pretty fucking dumb. I actually agree with you, Mike. I don't think you did, in fact, hack Lisa Marie. What I do think, though, is that somebody in your camp hacked Lisa Marie back then. And just the fact that you didn't tell your own fans/supporters to not engage in that sort of activity proves that you support it because you're not talking against it. And why do I think it was someone on your page? Well, because she linked one of your videos, and believe me, if Lisa Marie really was linking a video about child sexual abuse herself, I think she'd link a video a little bit more professional. The fact that she linked your video proves that it was in fact someone from your camp, and the fact that you didn't tell your own camp not to do that proves that you support it. Because if you don't tell somebody that something's wrong, then most likely you agree with it. So I don't think that you yourself hacked her, but I mean, you definitely support it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have, you would have talked ill of it. And the last thing I want to respond to in that video is he also said that I make dance tutorials that are crappy. I have no problem with this. If he thinks I can't dance, he thinks I can't dance. What I do find hilarious is that he thinks I only make dance tutorials. Why do I find this funny? Well, it proves Mike's mentality. It proves that he's not able to analyze his opponent. It proves that Mike only focused on my main channel, which has dance tutorials. If he actually looked into who his opponent is, then he would have also noticed that I have a third channel called Matt's FTR Dances, where I in fact make a lot of professional dance videos. And know that I have more than just tutorials. The fact that he didn't know that means he did not research who I am. And that is a direct reflection of his mentality, where he just runs his mouth and doesn't do research into what he's talking about. Anyway, this has been Matt's FTR owning Mike once again. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the 3 of my channels and my Facebook fan page and Twitter page. A link to all of those can be found in the description of every single video I upload. Whew, have a good night.